Air pollution is a problem as old as history itself. It can be broadly defined as the introduction of chemicals, particulate matter, or biological materials into the atmosphere, with negative consequences on human, living organisms, natural or built environment. Our biggest concern nowadays is represented by the man-made air pollution, the one with anthropogenic origin. Man-made air pollution can be traced back to when humanity discovered how to make fire, continuing with the combustion of biomass in enclosed spaces for cooking purpose or space heating, and culminating in the Industrial Revolution, which increased significantly the combustion of biomass and fossil fuels. As you can see from the images below, which are official world data, there is an obvious increase of the number of deaths worldwide due to the outdoor air pollution. For example, in Saudi Arabia, Taiwan and Pakistan, the figures doubled in a period of 16 years. In China and India, the situation is worse, since the number of air pollution victims not just only doubled, but it takes more than 1 million lives annually. Air pollution is today considered as the world's most serious environmental health risk by the World Health Organization. Studies have consistently shown its deleterious effect on human health. It is estimated that polluted air was responsible for over 6 million deaths worldwide in 2016, twice as many as AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria combined. Ambient particulate matter, nitrogen dioxides, and other pollutants have been associated with increased prevalence of a number of respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, cancers, and even appear to be correlated with childhood disorders and degenerative diseases in adults. Particulate matter contains microscopic solids or liquid droplets that are so small that they can be inhaled and cause serious health problems. Some particles less than 10 micrometers can get deep into your lungs, and some may even get into your bloodstream. Of these, particles less than 2.5 micrometers, also known as fine particles, pose the greatest risk to health. How small is 2.5 micrometers? Think about a single hair from your head. The average human hair is about 70 micrometers, making it 30 times larger than the largest fine particle. Data on air quality indicators is becoming increasingly available, and the science underlying the related health impact is also evolving rapidly. We focus on clinical studies, both epidemiological and experimental, published in the last 5 years. From a mechanistic perspective, air pollutants cause oxidative injury to the airways, leading to inflammation, remodeling, and increased risk of sensitization. Why? Let's imagine that while we breathe, we also inhale the air pollutants that travel deeper and deeper to the lungs and bloodstream, so it's no surprise that they can cause serious damage. Asthma, a chronic disease of the lungs, characterized by inflammation and narrowing of the airways, causes a sensation of shortness of breath, wheezing, and coughing. If untreated, asthma episodes can be near fatal or even fatal. There are many triggers to asthma attacks, including dust, smoke, pollen, and volatile organic compounds, all clustered in the air pollution. In a study of 10 European cities, 14% of the cases of incident asthma in children and 15% of all exacerbations were attributed to exposure to pollutants. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, also known as COPD, is another condition characterized by narrowing of the airways, but these changes are permanent rather than reversible. COPD is caused by exposure to pollutants that produce inflammation. In the tiny air cells at the end of the lung's smallest passageways, it leads to destruction of tissue, or emphysema. Although current and ex-smokers account for most patients with COPD, exposure to air pollutants plays an important role in the development of COPD and the origin of acute exacerbations. According to the available official data, the air pollutant toxicity has a great impact on COPD deaths. As you can see in this image, there is an unfortunate positive correlation between the number of COPD victims and the corrupted outdoor air globally. The statistics look really bad for India and China, but as you can see, Central Europe, the United Kingdom and USA are closely overwatched, because in the last year the COPD cases increased together with the contamination of ambient air. Lung cancer is often and accurately associated with smoking tobacco. While that's true, there are multiple other risk factors for developing lung cancer, including air pollution. Lately, the relationship between lung cancer, respiratory infections and air pollution became obvious, as you can notice in the images. There are increasing human deaths from these disorders everywhere, strongly correlated with the level of air pollution. It's a well-known fact that mortality due to cardiovascular diseases is very high. But did you know that the air we breathe is important for our heart? Look at this image. It seems that the air we inhale, the air that circulates into our blood, emerges strokes and ischemic heart disease, which finally means death, no matter where we live, in India, China, Europe or Qatar. So let's summarize some take-home messages. Air pollution increases globally, which means that everybody is affected by the ambient corrupted air. This results in a number of unexpected diseases, like pulmonary, heart diseases or diabetes. In the image below I only showed some of them, the ones with the highest human victims. And keep in mind, India, China, South Korea, the Emirates may be on top, but all of us are closely following. The air pollution became a silent enemy for humanity, deadly. But there is one good thing that I want to share with you. There are people taking action against it, people that found accessible solutions, user-friendly, to protect us against the toxicity of polluted air. There is a growing awareness in the areas of environmental health and in fields as diverse as medical anthropology and toxicology of the negative effects of air pollution on health. For more information, please visit energyroair.com.